there are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
It's been 38 years since A New Hope, and Star Wars is bigger than ever. What do you think the enduring legacy of the franchise is?
I love the fact you use the word legacy, because Carrie Fisher calls us, me and Harrison and Mark, the legacy players. I call us heritage, because I think Star Wars has this global heritage now around the world. I call myself an heirloom. An heirloom is something old and dusty that's in a cupboard somewhere. What is the enduring legacy? It's grown out of itself. It almost came out of nowhere in 1977, out of George's brain and the crew the team put around him. And something really hooked people in those days, you know. The really deep-seated basic storylines, all put together in a slightly different format with a different look than people, you know, something people never expected, came at the right time in the history of the world. And the audience has grown. It's not fed on itself, it's bred on itself. And it's given people something wonderful to believe in. It's not a religion, it's a piece of fun. And it allows people to share their views and the things that it makes them think about. It induces sort of all sorts of ideas and theories, some totally crazy, most sincerely loving, fond, interesting, exciting, etc. And now we've got 3 generations all sharing it.
Does the popularity of Star Wars continue to surprise you?
That's a good question. I am very surprised. I'm slightly overwhelmed by the enthusiasm around The Force Awakens. It's suddenly as though the world is going, yes, it's time for another one. We really want to do this. And because people have thought about this film quite a lot now once they heard it was coming out. So what's going to happen? Who's who? Who goes on? Where are they going? The creation of certain characters, you know, BB-8, the new droid. Absolutely the love of 3PO's life. And indeed mine, Kylo Ren, the new baddie. I mean, to keep coming up with ideas for baddies is quite difficult. It's not my job, thank goodness. There's lots of jobs that I wouldn't dare to approach, you know. And we have Daisy Ridley, the new hero, the female hero, who's just has got it. I mean, she's totally believable. It's almost like she's not acting. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know her. She could be the girl next door, but she can do all this stuff. And it is Daisy doing it. So all sorts of elements come together in this film because, you know, we have learned and grown from all the previous ones. This hasn't come out of nowhere. You know, it's completely educated by the fact of what's gone before.
And what was it like making a new Star Wars movie with the original heroes and actors, the heritage players, as you say?
To see the other heritage players in the same room for the first time in since the Return of the Jedi, was very comfortable. It felt slightly like being in a gentleman's club, if you see what I mean. It was cozy, it was warm, it was a bit like being at home. So it was good. I've, of course, stayed with C-3PO all the way through, so all the cartoon films, all the spin-off things, certainly I was in the prequels. So for me, it wasn't quite as strange coming back to him. However, he is in his film mode rather than something like the Yoda Chronicles, which are hysterically funny Lego cartoons where everybody's a Lego brick, do you know? So 3PO here was back to his usual state of protocol and etiquette.
Don't you call me a mindless philosopher, you overweight glob of grease?
C-3PO is rocking a new arm in the new movie.
Yes.
And it got me thinking,
yeah.
Did you ever wish that C-3PO was a different color?
I think gold is totally the right shade. In this film, Force Awakens, he has been given the most wonderful sheen. I don't know what it is. He's gold, but with this, it's beautiful. It really is. And it also helps stop the reflections of the camera and the crew and the tea lady and the nurse and everything.
And I have to mention, you're wearing robot socks. And we should get a shot of the robot socks.
J.J. Abrams is the most generous person and gave me a whole box of assorted socks, and I kind of wear them for special occasions. And yeah, the robot socks are pretty good. Year of the sock.
The Force, it's calling to you. Just let it in.